Hi, everybody. Welcome to Castor'sCorner.com. I'm your host, Khalil. And tonight on the toy of the day, we're taking a look at toys that get a second life. I know we're collectors, and that is something that we do regularly, but it's different to think about that with new toys. You can check out a full gallery of these figures on the website. The link is actually in the description below. You can also hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. And follow us. We are at Kastor's Corner on all social media. We got our act together. We are up and running before 11:30 tonight. So tonight we're looking at figures that kind of get a second life for collectors, because these are figures I passed on the first time they came out. I felt burnt by the prequels. Not that they were necessarily bad movies, because I actually liked The Phantom Menace, and I'll sit and watch Attack of the Clones from time to time. Revenge of the Sith for me is a little bit boring, but I had this period of time where the toys and the movies just weren't hitting that nostalgia sweet spot for me, and so I kind of backed off. I don't think I bought any of Revenge of the Sith toys at all, and so the new trilogy came out. And I, again, skipped all the toys at the beginning. And then maybe I got a Chewie, maybe. And then I saw the movie, and it just, floored me. But I had a little PTSD as far as spending money on the toys, because I don't really collect for value, like resale value, or looking for ways to kind of make a quick buck on them. Usually, if I can find something, nobody wants it by that point. Even though I'm pretty good at finding stuff, my ability to flip things I learned a long time ago just isn't there. And the margins are too tight for me to really, double on a $20 figure really isn't the value or worth my time and effort. So I usually don't do that kind of stuff. So with the nostalgia gone and the ability to think about investing in them just wasn't there, I kind of was like taking a backseat to Star Wars and sticking to the original trilogy only. And you've seen last week how that did not go well. Excuse me. And so the Rogue One came out, and I was excited about Rogue One, but it came at a time in my life where things were kind of upside down, and didn't have a lot of money, and wasn't going to invest again in a movie that was untested. It felt like it was outside the norm. And I liked Rogue One. I think it's a really good movie. I like the characters. The figures, they weren't the greatest likenesses. They were on the edge of real scan, and so they looked okay. Like K2SO looked better than the humans. Anyway, so I got K2SO. I got Jin. Skip, like we said this, I covered this the other day, and I didn't get the short troopers, and so, time came up, and I was like, okay, I'm out on Rogue One. I'm not really going to do much. I have what I have. I got Chirrut and Baz for $5 at Target at one point. For some reason, they were on clearance or something. I just hit it at the right spot, and they were $5 a piece, and why not? Because they were cool characters in the film, but it didn't go past that. And so, and why am I going to troop build things that are specific to that film? Well, then a little show came out called The Mandalorian. And in the season finale of season 1, these guys showed up, the Death Troopers. And I literally sat there staring at the screen thinking, oh God, why the hell didn't I buy these when they came out? Because I want an army of them to go along with my Moff Gideon. And the Archive series came out, and they announced they were going to re-release these guys. But I kind of feel like I'm a Stormtrooper guy. And I know, I get it. But original classic Stormtroopers, remnant Stormtroopers, that was going to be my sweet spot. And I was trying not to go too crazy on things outside of Return of the Jedi. I bought 3 Gamorrean guards, but I don't think I bought any Planet Hoth troopers, snow troopers, any of that stuff. So I was kind of balancing things out. And Mandalorian came out, and I fell in love with the Mandalorian. But again, I waited until after I saw the first episode. I missed out on Mando, and it took like 3 months until Bill found me a season, an episode 1 Mando, who quickly changed his costume. Because I, again, untested, wasn't sure if it was going to be any good. I should have known better with Favreau and Filoni working together. But anyway, so they went and looked at, for some reason, they went and looked at things that were underused in other films or properties. And sure enough, that's what they did. And so these Death Troopers popped back up, and they pose really well, and they look really shiny, they look really cool, and they look great next to Moff Gideon. And so I needed a couple. So thank you, Hasbro. The first thing I'm going to say is thank you, Hasbro, as we get into the review. Thank you, Hasbro, of course, for providing this guy, and we'll talk about him in a minute. And in our big Star Wars Lucas 50th anniversary thank you box, preview box. So these definitely came from them. And so I got one from them, and then I said, well, I need 2, one to flank Moff Gideon and one for one on either side of him. I'm not going to go too crazy. This is my limit. It's 2. Comes with a big blaster and a little pew pew blaster. No way to, it looks kind of like he's got a holster there, but it doesn't really hold things. It doesn't really look great. But it's definitely glossy, very, very shiny, glossy paint job on them. I think they look really cool. I think they're going to look really good with him, of course, kind of as his guard for me if I was going to display them, if I put them out at some point. And so here we go, 2 of them, right? I'm going to stop at 2. I promise I am going to stop at 2. Well, then season 2 comes out, and we get an amazing episode with Bill Burr, and Din Djarin and Mayfield have to infiltrate a ex-Imperial base, blah, 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 blah. And so they put on these costumes, they put on these uniforms, and in my haste, because I saw how cool that helmets were on these and they looked really familiar, I said, well, I need 2 because I need Bill Burr and I need the Mandalorian. And then after I ordered this and it was already shipped and I got this free from Hasbro, that was nice enough to point out it's actually these helmets with the Mud Trooper costume armor. So I got 2 of these tank drivers that don't actually fit the episode look I wanted. I am sure that Hasbro will release a tank driver, Mud Trooper mashup at some point with a repaint on them, and then we can maybe get an unmasked Bill Burr. I'd be thrilled with that. I know I'm pushing for Bill Burr figures. I just think hilarious episode, and actually his episode was more than funny because he's just a funny guy. But I think what the magic of that episode was the emotional depth that we got out of it. I think that was a really big part of what made that episode even better, because it was one gun for hire, mercenary, thief for hire, whatever you want to call him, to another, and the trauma that the Empire caused on these troopers and on these people. He did an amazing job delivering all the lines that he did and was part of, and he brought some levity to it, but he also brought some serious. So I just think it was one of the most emotionally impactful episodes of The Mandalorian. So I wanted figures that would give me the pair, and I could say, oh, they're under the helmet. And these are different from the Death Troopers. They've got a very matte color to them. And I'm going to be honest with you, this might be my favorite Star Wars trooper. I love the Stormtroopers. I like the Clone Troopers. I like all the other ones. We got the new ones from the Bad Batch. I forget what they're called. I have to watch episode 2 tonight or tomorrow. I like the shiny armor and everything, but there's something about this off-white kind of dirty matte finish to these guys, and you'll see close-ups of them on the website. There's a link down below. And the darker tone, brownish gray pants, like these might be my 2 favorite Star Wars Troopers figures, just because of the tone, the color, and the feel of them. They just really, I don't know, they just really pop. They just really just speak to me. So even though I can't use them for what I wanted to, they will be. I don't know. This guy might actually live up on my desk when I'm done with the video, instead of going in the box of the bin of parts that I use for photography. So so there you have it. Thank you, Hasbro, for sending over 2. You got a customer because I bought another 2. And then you sent me Greedo and I bought Obi-Wan. So much for saving money with free samples. I really like them. I really think they're good. So if you have a chance, the detailing on the boots too, like I did some close-ups of it. It's just, I don't think you can beat it. I think they're 2 of the best figures for me. The details, the colors, the paint, they just really are cool figures. So anyway, so if you have a chance to get them, I'd recommend picking them up. Thank you all for watching. We are almost done with Star Wars week. Got my little Ewok shirt on that I got for my birthday. And tomorrow night's last Star Wars review is going to take a look at the Return of the Jedi Vintage Collection. And if it's not too wet outside tomorrow, and if I can find some time, these guys might come outside for a photo shoot. I've got some ideas for some fun stuff. So I don't know, we'll see. Or they'll be in the light box right there. But I would like to get some fun pictures of them. So, and then we finally get to leave the universe of Star Wars, and we get to look at Batman Beyond and Toy Box, and Jurassic Park, and I'm trying to think if anybody up there's gonna, we got Mando, we got Masters, we got King Robin over here. We got so much more. I'm dying to kind of talk about other stuff. I've been talking about Star Wars, and it's harder to kind of, I know, I'm just rambling on. I do not have a hard time talking about Star Wars. So thank you guys for watching. Remember to follow us. We are at Kastor's Corner on all social media. Go to kastorscorner.com for a full gallery, as well as the archive of most of our toy of the days. Check out our Cornercast podcast this week with our friend Vincent from Vasco Toys. Last week, talking Star Wars with our friend Lacey Gillerin. Podcast is rocking and rolling. I booked 2 more for this week. So we got a lot. We got some friends coming back that you all love to hear from. So, remember, hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate all of you that subscribe, because the more of you that subscribe, the more cool things we get to do, and then we get to share them with you. And that is part of this journey and one of the most wonderful things about this. So on day 145, I can't believe I said that, 145 days straight. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for our last day of our Star Wars week. May the 4th, may the Force be with you. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.